It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 25th day of April 2023, coming to you from Central Virginia, Bedford County, right near Lynchburg, with today's travel and cruise industry news. Mr. Bucket List and I will be doing a live stream on Friday evening at 7 o'clock for our upcoming cruise on the Norwegian Joy. Mr. Bucket List and I are hosting that cruise. We've got a nice little group of folks that are going to be with us, and we're going to join in with some more folks that we've met. If you're on that cruise, I ask you to make sure you stop by for the live stream or for the replay for any announcements in our schedule and when we're going to be where and so forth on the ship. But also, if you are just on that cruise and not a part of our group, please feel free to join us. That would be fine. Some of you might just want to find out some information about hosted solo cruises or hosted double occupancy cruises. We do those too. Feel free to join in. It'll be Friday night at 7 o'clock. It will be broadcast live on the Cruises for USA Solos Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and my Facebook page as well. If you haven't done so at this time, I'd appreciate if you'd hit the thumbs up button, the like button. If you have not subscribed, also, please consider doing so. Hit the bell notification. You'll be notified when I go live or when a new video is posted. Today, folks, is National Zucchini Bread Day. Not my favorite. I mean, I don't dislike the zucchini bread. I think I've told the story before. When I lived in Pittsburgh, I was a gardener, and my wife at the time, the crazy Italian woman, said one year, says, "I want you to plant me some zucchini." And I said, "What the hell is zucchini?" And she told me, and I said, "Okay." So I pulled out my Burpee catalog and I flipped over to the back page of the catalog and ordered 2 packages of zucchini seeds. And when it got time to plant the zucchini or plant the garden, I planted the 2 packages of zucchini seeds. I was harvesting 60 to 80 zucchinis a day. My neighbors would see me coming with a bag and they'd hang a gun out the window like they were going to shoot me if I dropped off any more zucchinis. Oh my God, I had zucchinis forever. So, not the big fan of zucchini bread anymore. If you're listening via the podcast, welcome aboard. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. To search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, all the big hitters. Just search for us and pops a fat travel guy. All right, before we get to the news today, our friends Cindy and Nick are on the Horizon. Yeah, Carnival Horizon. And of course, that's the lovely Cindy. And that's her better half, Nick. And that's Cindy, of course, imbibing. Now, actually, I was hoping to show a picture of Nick's. Where did that go? Let me see what happened to it. Oh, my goodness. It's gone. Anyway, I had a picture of Nick's steak with a banana that looks like a steak and the picture got eaten. So sorry about that. So I was going to show that they went to the Pig and Anchor barbecue place, but the picture on that of Nick looked like he was eating a steak and with a banana. I didn't figure that one out yet. But anyway, that's Cindy and Nick on the Carnival horizon. The top story today has to do with the MSC Euribia. MSC's new ship and second ship powered by LNG, the MSC Euribia has completed a 4-day set of sea trials in the Atlantic Ocean. The trial involved checking the performance of the ship's engines, fuel consumption, and safety systems, as well as speed and stopping distances. Following the completion of the sea trials, the ship set course for Chantiers de la Tink shipyard in France before it will be delivered to MSC Cruises in May. The official christening ceremony, scheduled for June 8th, will take place in Copenhagen before its inaugural season in Northern Europe, sailing from its home port of Kiel, Germany. Shortly after the christening, starting from June 10th, Euribia will offer 7-night sailings from Kiel to Copenhagen and to the Norwegian fjords. The Euribia will sail the Northern Europe for the winter season for 23 and 24. MSC Euribia will use LNG, which can reduce air pollution up to 90% for sulfur oxides and up to 85% for nitrogen oxides, leading to a 20% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions overall in most cases. MSC Cruises' newest ship are committed to eco-friendly equipment and waste reduction, incorporating green technology such as shore power, connectivity, advanced wastewater treatment, comprehensive waste recycling, underwater radiated noise management, and energy efficient gear to minimize carbon emissions and promote more energy efficient power use. Congratulations to the MSC Euribia. Back after this.
Do you have a bad back, bad hips, bad knees, or any other mobility issues? Think about Scootaround. For scooters, walkers, wheelchairs, even oxygen needs, delivered right to your cabin. Scootaround for all your mobility needs on your upcoming cruise.
Now, of course, I'll be getting my scooter here Monday when I get on board the Norwegian Joy out of Miami. I'm really looking forward to that cruise, folks. Some of you that may be going on that cruise that are watching today, I did a posting this morning on my blog, which is accessadventure.net, on Puerto Limon, Costa Rica, and some excursions, accessible excursions I've found, and one that I hope to take. I had some questions before I can actually do it, but yeah, I'm really seriously thinking about doing the tram over the rainforest. It says it's wheelchair accessible. We'll maybe find out about it. I did talk with one person that has done it before, and they were able to put their chair on the tram inside the doorway and ride the tram from their chair. So that would make it accessible. We also got to check on getting to the tram. So got to worry about that end of accessibility as well. All right, the next story, folks, has to deal with Nolans. I was just in Nolans, most of you know. The Port of New Orleans set passenger traffic and vessel call records in March, including river journeys on the Mississippi River and ocean-going sailings on the Gulf. With numbers topping the pre-pandemic record, this indicates an amazing interest in cruising from the Big Easy and puts the port city on track for a record number of passengers throughout the fiscal year. The March numbers, 155,225 passengers from a total of 39 vessel calls. Those numbers surpassed the port's previous monthly high from February of 2020, which had 154,409 passenger movements from 31 calls. Today, multiple cruise lines home port from New Orleans, at least seasonally, including Carnival, Norwegian, and Disney. American Cruise Line, American Queen Voyages, and Viking also offer regular river cruises from New Orleans. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in New Orleans. Those of you remember, Scoot Around also provided me with a scooter for the 3 days before the cruise, so I was able to literally roll all over New Orleans, the French Quarter. That was terrific. That's one of the best cruise experiences I've ever had. I really, really enjoyed that. And of course, I'm always thankful to Scoot Around. All right, we'll be back with more news after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. One of the stories yesterday dealt with the cancellation of from Cunard on Embarkation Day. Shortly after canceling a Queen Mary II transatlantic crossing at the very last minute, Cunard has also reached out to guests booked on the following sailing, a return transatlantic trip from New York to Southampton. The second voyage is also canceled. We talked about that yesterday. I didn't understand why they didn't do it at one time. I guess they just hope to get more mileage out of, a screw up. It's not a screw up. They're fixing the boat. But still, to cancel it at the last minute like that, that's pretty intense. And then I don't think they gave enough back for it either. Guests booked aboard the second now canceled crossing may also receive a full refund for their cruise fare plus 20% future cruise credit for a future sailing. But they do also have another option because the second crossing was to have been a longer trip with multiple legs. Guests booked on the more expanded itinerary may also make their own arrangements to reach Southampton on May the 7th to join the ship for the sailing to the fjords and on the westbound crossing back to New York. All right, our friend Michael Bayley over there at Royal Caribbean, he's president and CEO, of course. He's recently been awarded the prestigious Cruise Lines International Association's Lifetime Achievement Award at the CLIA Cruise 360 event held in Fort Lauderdale this past week. The recognition is reserved to individuals who've dedicated their lifetime to championing the growth and success of the cruise travel industry. Michael spent 42 years dedicated to the cruise industry, starting his journey from shipboard beginnings and now steering Royal Caribbean International to be the most innovative cruise line in the world. This award is a testament to his unparalleled commitment and hard work in elevating the cruise industry to new sights. Whether you agree or not with the philosophy and the vision of Royal Caribbean, they got their act together. Many things they do right and do better than anybody else, and much of it's because of Michael Bayley. So congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. We look forward to seeing how you continue to shape the future of the cruise industry with your leadership and dedication. Pretty cool story. And finally, this morning, from our friends up in Alaska, looking forward to my 2 cruises to Alaska later this summer. 29 inspections of 13 cruise ships during the 2022 Alaska season found that they were completely in compliance with environmental regulations in the Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve. The results of the surprise inspections demonstrate that cruise ships are in compliance with applicable laws, regulations, and contract obligations, said Tom Schaff, Deputy Superintendent of Glacier Bay. These operating conditions represent some of the most stringent environmental protections for any area where cruise ships operate. Nearly 700,000 visitors access and enjoy the park aboard large cruise ships each year. Glacier Bay National Park is committed to managing marine access to minimize environmental impacts from all motor vessels. The park initiated an environmental monitoring and compliance program, EMCP, last year. Cruise ships bring more than 95% of all visitors to Glacier Bay and are subject to special environmental operating conditions in their concession contracts, in addition to applicable laws and regulations. The inspection program was initiated as cruise operations resumed in order to fill the compliance monitoring void left by the suspension and restructuring in 2019 of Alaska's Ocean Ranger program. Our hope is, he said, that the Ocean Ranger program can ultimately merge with the EMCP to provide rigorous compliance monitoring for ships operating in Glacier Bay. Until that time, the EMCP will likely continue. The EMCT is funded by the cruise industry through a contract with the Marine Exchange of Alaska. Experienced inspectors evaluate key aspects of operation using a checklist provided by Glacier Bay managers. So, again, not surprised. Cruise ships are doing, and let's face it, folks, for years the cruise ship sucked. Cruise lines sucked in their environmental approach. They are all so much better today. So much better. So, thankful for that. All right, that's going to wrap up the news portion today. Let's go see who's fussing at me over in the chat room. Kenneth's here. Katie's here. Good morning, y'all. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Sonny's here down in Mississippi. Amy's with us. Good morning, Amy. Of course, everybody's saying hello back and forth. Hot Air Tom is here. What day is good? Every day you're on a boat. Hot Air Tom. Or you're getting ready to get on a boat. It's not bad either. Oh, you're asking Katie what day is good. I know what that's about. You're going to meet her for lunch. We have 2 lunches this week, Wednesday and Friday. The activity director has a discussion meeting set for tonight in the theater to go over the launch details. Either is good, Katie. We are at the Holiday Inn Club Vacation Resort across from Terminal 3 that Carnival uses. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nick. How's your chair doing? I went out yesterday afternoon again, riding mine around. I'm getting better, but me and that little joystick, we don't get along that well. I'm too heavy-handed with it and have a tendency to jerk my head off. Hot Air Tom says Oasis of the Seas is just about to enter the port channel. Oops, I was wrong. It's Anthem of the Seas. Emily's with us. Hi, Em. Emily's going to go to the Philippines here, not too distant future. And Nikki has said that she and Roger would love to drive down and join you guys for lunch. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm not driving in this time. Hot Air says Victory Casino ship is departing. Very funny picture of the little ship headed towards the Anthem. If Chillie can load it, it's in his messenger. If I can load, I got to see what where's my Facebook? Man, I tell you what, my computer's eating everything today. All right, let me go see if whatever Hot Air Tom is talking about in my messenger. Sent a video. Okay. I'm not going to take time to do the to load the video, but I will throw up Anthem there. Thank you, Hot Air. Where am I? Here I am. Sometimes I'm just a little slow, folks. Honest, it's you'd think after a while I'd get used to doing all this stuff. All right. Open and load. And as close as it can be to live, that's Anthem of the Seas. It's just now pulling into the channel. So, on its way into the Port of Canaveral. All right, so back to the, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, the chat room. Nikki says, we went out to dinner. I didn't run over anyone with the chair. Well, that's a good thing. I'm just, I had it out one time. And the biggest problem I had, Nikki, was getting in the door, in a door. Only because I tried to, inch the chair through the door and I kept putting it just enough of an angle that I kept running off. I couldn't keep it straight. But anyway, tip on the joystick, best to not use it like a normal joystick, just index finger on top with a light touch. Okay. Emily says she'll be in the Philippines for 2 weeks. Philippines is very hot now, and it will still be very hot in June. Oh, yeah. It's going to be hot, Em. You can be sure of that. In general, the Philippines is very hot. Well, yeah, you're right there on the equator. So it's going to stay hot there. Anyway, I'm glad you're going in. We will see if we can't figure out a way of doing a live stream while you're there. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today's show. As always, appreciate you being here. Hot Air Tom says something. How about we meet at Gators, which is the first restaurant when you take the exit for terminals 1 to 4. Turn left at the observation tower, which is under construction with scaffolding. Neat, Em. 2 weeks, Sonny said about the trip. Do you both have my cell number? Well, you'll have to get that from Hot Air Tom. So we don't want to put that on the air necessarily. So, all right, guys, that's going to do me in for today. I will see everybody back here, same time, same channel tomorrow. And as always, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great day, everybody.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie Cruises.